What's going on, guys? It's Michael back with Men's Elevation, and today, guys, I got the next step for you. In my last video, I talked about defining a clear focus and making sure you have an aim for your life so that you're not essentially directionless. Now, guys, I got the next step. I have the next thing that you need to define in order to make sure that your life is on a good path and that you're not straying or going in places that you don't necessarily want. So, guys, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to get right into what that step is. And it is defining what you don't want and defining that very clearly, guys. So what do I mean define what you don't want? Okay, let's say you have some bad habits, okay? And these are subjective, but let's say you have bad habits. You don't exercise as well as you should. You don't eat as well as you should. You don't study as efficiently as you could. You don't read. You don't, or you aimlessly go on social media. You perhaps have an alcohol problem, a drug problem, or a pornography problem. Any of these things. Define what you don't want very clearly. Okay, so in 5 years, if you let all these, the bad habits that you have, if you just let them go, let them progress, what would your life look like? Define that. Make that clear in your head. Define exactly what you don't want. Make that vivid. Make it a hell. Make that existence an absolute hell in your mind. What does that look like 5 years from now? I'm fat. I'm lazy. I don't have a good job. I don't have the career that I want. I'm still, a slave to my impulses. What does that look like? Is that a life that you want to live? No, guys. The bad habits you have right now can lead and progress if you don't get them under control. And how do you get them under control, guys? You have that aim, you know what you're aiming at. That's the first step. I told you guys to define that. Now you have to you have to define the target that's behind you. Let's say this, okay? I'm gonna use this analogy again that I used in the last video, but you're in that dark room of life and you have the aim. Okay, so you developed that, you got that. Now you know what to walk forwards to. But now, what's behind you, guys? What would happen if instead of moving forward, you just moved back? What would happen? Guys, you have to make sure that that's clear in your head, because if you just kind of leave it and just do these bad habits every day, guys, I promise you, every day adds up. Every day adds up. In 5 years, it's gonna come in no time. These days, tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll start tomorrow. It adds up, guys. You're gonna be there in 5 years. That'll be you. It's only so many tomorrows until that time comes. So when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna make it clear that these little steps backwards you're making every day is gonna lead you into that hell unless you get your shit together? Guys, life is your choice. So you have to pick the suffering you want. Life is all suffering. You have to pick which suffering you want, guys. You can have the suffering that comes from the discipline of your goals, the struggling. You can have that suffering. Or you can have the suffering of regret, back there, regret, sadness, depression, feeling like your life is unfulfilling or you wasted your life. That's back there, guys. That's back there if you do all these bad habits and you don't get your life together. That's only about a few thousand tomorrows away. Comes fast, guys. It comes fast. And if you're in a bad place right now, if you have these bad habits, you're in a bad place and you don't know the way out, you have to pick your attitude. You have to pick your attitude. You can be self-defeating, but you know what? If you're self-defeating, you say, oh, my life, oh, this is so bad, I'm never gonna fix this. I don't wanna face my reality. Okay, guys, that's your attitude. You picked it, but it's only so many steps backwards. It's only so many steps backwards. Or what's the other option, guys? Pick your attitude. Pick your attitude and move forward. Pick your attitude on the target. Okay, This sucks, but I'm gonna keep going. This is painful, but I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to wake up early. I'm just gonna keep going. That's what you gotta make sure your attitude is, guys, because you know what? So many little steps, so many not putting it off tomorrow, so many todays where you actually did what you needed to do, you'll get there, guys. I promise you. Whatever goal you have, you will get there. It's not gonna happen overnight. I promise you that. But I promise, and I can say this from the bottom of my heart, you will get there. If you put in consistent effort. Consistent effort, guys. The human spirit is undefeatable. Undefeatable, guys. You can face so much. And there's a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche, which is, "He who has a why can bear almost anyhow." I'm sure you've heard that quote. Everybody's heard that quote. But he who has a why, you have a why to live. You have that target that I told you to define. You have what you're aiming at. You have that why that means a lot to you. It doesn't matter if it's hard to get there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the world's against you. It doesn't matter to you because you have that why. You have those little steps you're making every day because it's meaningful to you. If you don't have a why, it's a very dangerous place to be, guys. It's a dangerous place to be because if you don't have a why, stepping backwards is going to be the norm. Being a slave to your impulses is going to be the norm if you don't have a better thing to focus on. Guys, there's a good book I've read. I read this a few years ago. It's called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And Viktor Frankl is a psychiatrist. And he was actually Jewish, and he was put in a concentration camp in the 40s. And guys, Viktor Frankl adopted the "he who has a why can bear almost anyhow." He writes in this book, it's fantastic. The first part of the book, about a little over 100 pages. It's a short book, but a little over 100 pages is his experience in the concentration camp, and it's fascinating to read because it's vivid. He paints it. He paints walking out in the cold with no food in your stomach, with 30 other guys, and you're just trudging up the hill. He paints it. And it was hell for him, guys. It was absolute misery. But you know what he had? He had a why. He had something to live for, guys. He had something that was motivating him. What was that? It was finishing his book. It was finishing the research that he did. That was his why. And you know what? It didn't matter, the concentration camp. Sure, he suffered like fucking hell. But his why was bigger than that. And it's a testament to the human spirit. Read that book, guys. Read that book. It's a testament to the human spirit. You are undefeatable. It doesn't matter what life throws at you. You are stronger than you believe. You're so much stronger than you believe, guys. Guys, you have to really know what you're aiming at, and you have to know what's behind you. And why do you want to change your life? It's so you can have the aim, you have something to focus on, the path. This is the definition of a path. Something to move forward on. And what else? What's behind you? You're in this channel. You can move forward or you can move backwards. Guys, move forward on the aim. So have what you don't want to be as a clear focus as well. You have to make sure that you know what it is. Make sure that hell is scaring the fucking shit out of you. Make sure that that version of your life scares you so much that you're running as fast as you can away from it, because it adds up. The bad habits add up, guys. Make sure you're moving in the right direction. Make sure you know what direction you're moving in. I promise you guys, if you didn't watch my last video, watch that video. It's the first part. It's the first thing to know what to aim at. This video is to know what not to aim at. What's scaring you that's moving you forward. Okay, guys? So, drop a comment. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value, and I hope you have a little bit more clarity on the path you're moving towards in your life. I like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. I love having discussions in the comments. I love seeing what you guys think. And subscribe, guys. Join the Elevation Nation. I got a bunch of ideas coming. I got new videos coming to you guys. and I can't wait to share everything that I got planned. So guys, enjoy the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, stay elevated.